There are two things that people on the internet are absolutely starving for, and that is content and contact. My newsletter doesn't even come up in a search engine if you type in advertising, copywriting, direct marketing, or nothing. Yet it's one of the top, and secretly one of the most profitable newsletters on the entire internet. And when people go to my website, you know what? They don't read one of the letters. You know how many they read? They read all of the letters. I feel sorry for you if you use autoresponders. I want to tell you something that very few people know. If you have a website and you have 10,000 customers, and you come up with another product and another sales pitch, and you mail 10,000 other pitches to them, and you mail 5,000 by email and the other 5,000 by snail mail, the snail mail pitches will fetch 20 times as many orders. As the emails. 20 times as many orders. Now, if you're selling a $37 ebook or any kind of book, and you do the math on that. Now, what everybody gets seduced by is free. I've had guys in the early days of the internet, geez, I can use my computer to call Germany free. I said, no kidding, it's free? Yeah. So how long does it take you to do it? It's 27 hours. You know, it's free for him, but it took 20 hours. The internet is not free unless your time is worthless. And if you want to really make a lot of money, you want to go online and offline. You want to use combinations of both of those. Because in marketing, there's only three things. There's a product, there's a sales pitch, and there's a delivery system. And all the internet is another delivery system. Now, if you would rank delivery systems, the top is face-to-face. The second is you're talking to people on the telephone. Third is direct mail. And then there's television and radio and skywriting and matchbooks. And clear in the cellar is the internet. The internet is the least effective way to sell ever devised by man. But you should stick with it because it has so many advantages. And I want to explain to all of you the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. The internet is really, really efficient. Now, I was born in Parkersburg, West Virginia. And about 30 miles, Parkersburg is on the Ohio River, about 30 miles south of Marietta, Ohio. Now, I want you to imagine that you're trying to get to Parkersburg, West Virginia, and you're in a canoe. And you're paddling it very efficiently in the Mississippi River. Perfect J-stroke, you know, minimum energy, maximum forward movement. Doesn't matter how efficient you are, you ain't never getting to Marietta, Ohio. Because Marietta, Ohio ain't near the Mississippi River. But if you get in the Ohio River at Parkersburg, West Virginia, and you're the suckiest canoe paddler in the world, but you're going north, you know, and you're even paddling with your hands, eventually you're going to get there. So efficiency means nothing, you know, if it isn't coupled with effectiveness. There's a couple things about the internet that surprise me that people miss. And I want to talk about a couple of those. Some of you, have any of you been to my website, to GaryHalbertLetter.com? Okay, well, you know I have, I actually have written about, well, I've written a monthly newsletter since 1986. And I've got about a third of those newsletters on the net. And I just put them up there quite seriously, honestly, altruistically. I wasn't even thinking about making a profit. It's just that so many people had written me about my information helping them, I thought it'd be nice to put it up there. And The thing is read in 90 countries. I got about a third of the letters up. And I get letters every day from people begging me to buy stuff. Don't you have anything to sell? Seriously, they beg me to buy stuff, and I'm now finally starting to tag in some stuff on there. And what I learned about snail mail, there's a great thing, there's two dynamics at work here. Because of spam filters, it's very difficult, much more difficult than it used to be, to get an email message delivered. It's like you have 3 toxic mother-in-laws answering your phones for you, you know? And she says, oh, it's for Tim. She says, Pam Anderson's calling. She wants to have sex with him. He wouldn't want that call, you know, and she hangs it up, you know. Now, the first one is who delivers your message, you know, if you have a mass mailer, your autoresponder, somebody. Or because they'll be afraid that if they send out something that's spamish, that AOL or Yahoo or somebody won't take it. Then AOL or Yahoo may not take the message because they consider it spamish. And then the biggest filter of all is the recipient. And if the recipient isn't absolutely clear that that's a personal message, they're going to delete your message. And if any of you, and how many of you have seen the words that are considered spam? If you'd ever read those, you'd be amazed. Like, dear friend, that's spam. Click here, spam. You know, and you have to write the most innocuous messages. But at the same time that this is happening, you know, about 7 years ago, out of 100 pieces of mail, 7 of them were personal. 7 out of 100. Now that everybody uses email, when people get their snail mail, about 1 piece of snail mail out of every 350 is an actual personal communication or something that appears like a personal communication. And it becomes an event. You know, when I was a little boy, my grandmother, somebody answered my grandmother's phone, and you'd hear them say in a hushed voice, Grandma, it's long distance, you know, and everybody in the house would get real quiet, you know, it's like God was calling. And grandmother come and take that call. And that was an event. Something that's still an event, not so much for businesses, but for people that are live at home and don't work, is a Federal Express letter. You know, it's a big deal. It's an event. Well, it so happened now, believe it or not, that snail mail, direct mail, is much more effective than it's ever been in history because there are so few people that use it anymore because they go to the internet because it's cheaper.